Hello everyone! Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. Today we are going to be doing a sketchbook spread. I have actually never done this before. I'm a little bit nervous about it because I personally don't show my process often because it's a little bit embarrassing, I think. Putting yourself out there and being vulnerable about your process is a little scary, a little bit, but that is what we're going to be doing here today. I hope you all enjoy. First off, I don't think you guys have seen the sketchbook yet, so I'd like to just show this off. This is actually the front of my sketchbook, like this is not coming off, and it actually opens up and it has the Strawberry Shortcake movie in it. And then over here you have an old disc for an old computer, very cool. And then this is me and my boyfriend's eyeballs that I drew. I need to redo it, but I really like this frame, so I decided to paste it on here as well. So I'm not really sure what I want to do today. I think I want to make a spread that's interactive because interactivity is one of my favorite things in sketchbooks. And I have a couple ideas on what I can do, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. I will have a video in the future about how to make your sketchbook more interactive. I have a lot of good ideas and I feel like that video idea is pretty good. So let's just get into this, I guess. So the first thing artist always got to do is make a preliminary sketch. So I think I'll do this on this page and I might just cover it up later, I'm not sure, because of the bleed through from this page, but we will see about that. So I wanted to look like an old Polaroid camera because I think that would look really cute. And I'm going to have a really cute picture coming out of it at the bottom, so it looks like it's being printed out. I think that will be very cool. It'll come out of this little slit right here, and it'll be a scene of something. I'm not really sure what I want it to be yet. I might make a photo of Guy and my OC Leto. I feel like that would be really cute. And nobody get on to me for chicken scratching because I really could not care less. There's a lot of little details that I'm not sure which to include. I don't really want to include this little number thing that I see here, but I do need to add a flash over here. And I'm not really sure what these things are in the front, but that feels like it's important. And then of course you have the classic stripes coming down, the colored stripes. That's a classic, so I want to add that. Did you know that you're not supposed to shake Polaroid pictures? That was actually a misconception because of a song. Whoa, that's pretty cool. So this is what we're working with. I think that's a good preliminary sketch, but I'm a little bit nervous to move on to this side because I'm afraid that my sketch isn't gonna look as good. I really need a ruler. Do I have a ruler? Let me check. So we have a ruler here because I want my lines to be as straight as possible. Let's see if I can manage. Okay, that looks fine, I think. That line's not straight, is it? Rough. This drawing is rough already. I'm not a furry, I swear, you guys. Stop it. Stop commenting that. I'm not a furry. Anyways. I'm not really sure what to talk about during this. Like, do I talk about my life? Do I talk about the art? Because, like, it's a rectangle right now. I'm not really sure what I talk about. And this video might seem a little bit awkward just because this is so far outside my comfort zone, but I really want to try this format because I think it will motivate me to do more art if I have people watching me do art, you know? So I'm hoping this helps me become more consistent in my art and doing it more if I start this series. And my channel has never really been about other people. Like, it's never been about what other people want to see from me. It's what I want to make and share. It's a little scary and confusing to do something new on a channel that I didn't plan on doing this ever. But like I said, I really hope it helps motivate me to do more art. I have not done art in quite a while, honestly. And I feel like that's a shame because art is so very important to me. Art is like, I live and breathe art, but actually making it is so difficult. And I feel like that's true for a lot of people. Finding the motivation to make art is very difficult, especially when you're going through a mental health crisis or if you have mental illness in general. I feel like it's difficult. That line is awful. All we can do is try our best, y'all. And if you're creating even just a little doodle every 5 months, you're still an artist. Don't discredit yourself just because you don't do art all the time. That's like the worst thing you can do to yourself and your artistic journey by judging yourself so harshly. Did that make sense? Am I just rambling? Probably. So this is where the picture will come out of. I'll make a cut right here. With actual Polaroid cameras, there's like writing here and there's like details up here. I'm gonna add like the lens and the flash and the 2 buttons, but I don't want to add like the ticker over here that shows you how many pictures you have left or are taking. I'm not really sure which one it does. And there's also writing right here, Polaroid land camera, but I'm not gonna add that because I am really bad at writing and that would ruin it, I think. So we're just gonna leave it as it is, I think. Maybe I should shrink this area a bit. It looks a little bit long to me. I need an eraser. I have an eraser. Yeah, I think I'd need to shorten this for sure. I got the sketchbook recently and I've been doing a lot more art than I have in months, as you can see from my channel. My channel is very rough right now. I haven't uploaded in 4 months, which is actually kind of ridiculous, and I apologize for that if you guys were waiting for a video. I don't think anybody was waiting for a video except my partner, but sorry about that. I've been going through a lot recently. The winter is like a super hard time for me mentally because a lot of issues happened in the past during winter. So I'm hoping that my groove will come back and I can do more art because I've been doing more art recently. I need like something circular. What can I use that's circular? Here we go, my little container of something that I'm not gonna tell you what it is. And let me see if I can just wrap around, a little wrap around. If anybody in the world gets that reference, please be my best friend forever. Here we go, perfect circle. There's no such thing as perfection, and I know it's not perfect, but perfect circle, OMG, love that. I need a smaller circle in the center now. How do I accomplish that? Maybe that works, actually. That actually really works. That is a little more wonky than I would have liked it, but it's better than what I would have done freehand, so that's fine. Let me just tidy up this circle a little bit. I don't plan on lining this or anything because line art is actually the bane of my existence. I know a lot of artists relate to that, but I'm not gonna ruin this. You know how much time I've spent on this already? Like 10 minutes. I'm not ruining it for that. Okay, so I need to draw the lines coming down now. And the lines just kind of come down the center, so I'm hoping I don't mess this up somehow. I don't know how I would mess it up, but I probably can. I probably will and can, bestie. And then I need to have it be like the same on the other side. This part I'm a little bit scared about. Oh no, oh no. Oh, it's so many oh no's. It's a little off, but art is not perfect and I need to remember that. Desperately need to remember that. This is not looking like good. This is a little rough looking. I'm not really sure how to fix this because right now it just looks like a magnifying glass coming down or some shit. I need to have this part coming out at an angle probably, just a little bit. Not like a super strong amount, just a little bit. Like that. Let's see if I can do it on the other side. That actually worked really well. I just need to erase this part. So how is everybody doing? I know everybody is back in school. If you're a child, you really shouldn't be watching this channel. I know I seem child-friendly, but you know. So how is everyone? Everybody doing good in school? Everybody enjoying themselves? Probably not, because school sucks, but it is what it is. I hope everybody is having a good fall. I really am glad that fall is happening now. There are 6 lines, so I need to make 5 lines? Is that how it works? I need to fix this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go. This part is gonna suck, like a lot, because I don't think I can get the direct right angle. This is gonna be a nightmare, I think. Yeesh! So I should probably try to keep it symmetrical as I can, but I'm not really sure how to do that. Is that right? Shoot, that's a little thick. That line is a little bit thick, but that's okay, I think. Finding the right angle is actually the worst part here. I know I probably should like line art this, but you know how it is. I don't want to. I'm not doing that. And that's probably like, is that me being lazy or is it just me knowing my own abilities? Like, I don't think I have the ability to do that actually. And I really don't want to ruin this because I'm taking a lot of time on it. There we go, we got our Polaroid lines. Now I think it doesn't look as much like a magnifying glass, so that's good. Now I just need to add the flash and stuff. Oh, that's like super random. This is super random, but do you guys have like a favorite superhero? My favorite superhero would probably be Wonder Woman, like the classic 80s Wonder Woman, not the newer one from the original show. That would probably be my super favorite superhero ever, I think. And I'm super curious who you guys like. One of my least favorites are Superman. I think he's so boring and like at this point you can't really do much with his character. I feel like. Is that Flash too big? The reason why I thought of superheroes was because of Flash, by the way, if you were wondering. I think that's good. Yeah, that looks fine, I think. So now I just need to add... No, that's not fine. That's too long. Because I need to add some more circles. I need to add some more circles for the buttons that you can press. I do not envy people who go to school still. Like, honestly, those were the worst years of my life. And I know that's not the experience for everyone, and I'm very grateful that it's not the experience for everyone, but my personal experience was awful. Like, dang. And I feel like for a majority of people that are neurodivergent and mentally ill, that school is a lot harder and a lot less fun. Which is to be expected because when you're neurodivergent and mentally ill, life is just a lot harder for you in general. But I hope that everyone is having a good time because I think even though mental illness can make life harder for you, that doesn't mean that your life is going to be like super bad or that it's impossible to have a good time. It is possible. I have a great time with my partner and my friends. It really just depends on the type of people that you put around you. I feel like people often are friends out of convenience rather than actual friendship. And when you grow older, you don't really have time for that. So you surround yourself with people who align more with your views and with your likes. And I feel like it's actually easier to find people who agree with you and like you when you're older. If you put yourself out there, you definitely have to put yourself out there. Because I feel like a lot of people think that they're gonna magically have more friends or something, and that's just not the case. That's just not the case. You have to put yourself out there and you have to try. You have to try to gain friendships. And you have to put effort in. That is one thing that it feels like is impossible to find. Finding people that will put the effort in for you the same way you put the effort in for them. Like, I can't count how many times I've been super supportive of someone and thought they were one of my closest friends, and then they end up only seeing me as someone that they can vent to, and that's it. Like, I can't talk to them about anything else, and that's rough. But you have to make sure you're protecting yourself and not using all of your mental energy on people who do not care about you. That's like one of the hardest things I've had to learn growing up. Because if people aren't putting in the effort for you, why are you putting in the effort for them? Like, that's not fair. You deserve to have as much effort as you put in friendships. You deserve more. And I deserved more. So yeah, I stopped talking to people and it's made my life significantly better. And I feel like that's a tough lesson to learn. Because when you're young, you want to believe that everybody is just busy, everybody is your friend, but they're just busy and not willing to talk to you because they're busy. And that's just baloney. Like, if you care about someone, you will make time for them. Like, be it a friendship or a relationship, like, you have to make time for each other. Otherwise, it's just not equal footing. Like, your relationship is not equal. And equality in friendships are very important because if you don't, you'll have like a weird power dynamic and you'll feel bad about yourself. This is speaking for personal experience. Maybe this is just my experience, but I feel like a lot of people deal with it just from stuff I've seen online. I decided to put the ticker up anyways because this part just looked so bare without it, but now you're gonna struggle to see me try to write 1,000 on here, so bear with me with that. That looks so ugly! Why is my handwriting so awful? Why? Pourquoi? It's because I don't write. I don't write on paper often. I feel like once you get out of school, you don't really have an opportunity to do that often, unless you're like a writer. Are there any writers out there? If so, what do you guys write about? Like, I used to be a writer. If you saw my last video about my sketchbook tour, you guys will know I wrote fan fiction at least, but I also wrote like original stories when I was younger, and I would write poetry, and I miss that part of myself, honestly. I need to get back into doing my hobbies more. I have too many hobbies, honestly. I feel like people deal with that a lot too. That 1,000 looks disgusting. Look at that. That is so bad. How did I draw it that badly? Hello? I don't even know how to fix this. Is that better or worse? Is that better or worse? I cannot tell. Oh, that's so bad. How do I fix this? Help, help, help. Okay, I think it's looking pretty decent. I'm liking this a lot. I need an even smaller circle, and I don't think I have that, so I might have to freehand that, and that is gonna look but ugly. Do you think I can use a marker? No, markers aren't that thick, are they? No, that's way too small. I guess you guys are gonna see me struggle. So comment down below if you like seeing me struggle. I don't want to talk about what I just said. I do this one voice that's like a radical surfer dude voice, and my partner hates it. But I really like doing it because it's so silly. I would show you now, but I think that would be way too loud in the recording. I guess I can try, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, what the hell.
What's up, guys? This is totally radical. Do you like my Polaroid picture?
I feel like I sound like a really bad English anime dub when I do that voice, and I think it's really funny. I think I'm gonna add like some shines to this, like anime shines, just so it looks more like a camera. I feel like that looks more like a camera. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like that looks better. Shoot, so I guess I have to actually cut this out now. I hope I have an X-Acto knife. So I do not have an X-Acto knife, which really sucks, but I'm gonna try to use scissors in a way that I shouldn't be using scissors. That is not gonna work. Let me try something. If I can hold these right, Jesus. Oh, this is gonna look like okay, this is fine. Did I just ruin this? I feel like I just ruined this, and I hate it. God, I hate that. That's so ugly. I regret my decision instantly. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This isn't fine. This looks like absolute garbage. So I'm just gonna commit to it, I guess, because what else can I do at this point? I'm just making it worse. This is so bad! This is what happens when I don't have an X-Acto knife. Like, look how rough and ugly that is. That is hideous. I really need an X-Acto knife. But here we are. I'm not gonna try to be careful anymore because it's already ruined. I guess I can try to remake this again another time. I already had like a version of this done in my other sketchbook. I don't know what possessed me to try to redo it, but God, this is so bad. This is oh my God, help me please. I'm losing my mind here. I need to just a little cut here. Oh my God. I honestly feel like crying a little bit. This is part of the artistic process though, you know, sometimes you're gonna make a really messed up looking art piece and you just have to live with that. And mistakes were made, but you know, life goes on. I'll be fine. I do have BPD though, and I am really disappointed, and I'm trying not to cry because I feel my emotions very strongly, and I'm feeling some emotions right now. God, am I feeling some emotions. I guess it's not the worst, but look how ugly that is. Like, are you kidding me? That is so ugly. I ruined it. We persist. We move on. We're fine. We're We're going at it. Let's start the paper engineering part, because I don't want to think about this anymore. Okay, I took a moment to compose myself, and I think I made it look a little bit better. It's still like uneven, and obviously the sides are messed up, but I think it looks a little bit better now. So I went ahead and I cut out what's gonna be the Polaroid picture, which is right here. Now, if you've never paper engineered before, you're probably a little bit confused, but let me explain it. So you want to flip it and stick it in the back. You want to stick the paper through the back, and you see how these parts, there's like little wings to it? That is so that it can hold it there, so that it doesn't fall out when you pull on it. So this is gonna look like a little picture that's been printed out, and you may be wondering, how do you secure it to the back? Well, I personally do this thing where I make a square and I just tape over the place like at the edge of where I want it to stop. So I want it to stop around right here. So what I'm gonna do is take another piece of paper, something like this, and I am just going to try my best to tape it there so that it cannot get out of it. I think I'll need a bigger piece of paper, but that's okay. So it needs to be cut around right here. I feel like, this is super random, but I feel like TikTok is like a mixed bag. Like, you have really good animation and art and really beautiful things going on there, but at the same time you have people like bullying artists for being new, or not even new, but like not good at art. And I feel like that's awful. Not everybody is gonna make art you like, bestie. Like, you just gotta get over it. Let people do their own thing. So right now, I am making sure that it's covering the bottom where it connects. And I also want to get up here. This is where I want it to stop, so I'm gonna make a mark. And I'm gonna cut this piece of paper so that I can tape it on there so it stays. Space shooter goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love the animation memes that are coming out of TikTok right now. Like, people are so talented. I do not know how to tween in like a light motion or CapCut or whatever. What I do is I do it in Ibis Paint, which I do not recommend. Don't try to do that. It's impossible and awful. So I probably need tape, huh? Do I have tape? Okay, I found my tape with disgusting hair on it. That's fine. So I'm really just gonna tape all the edges down so that it doesn't move at all in the back. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna tape this part in. I feel like that's gonna be hard. I should probably use glue, but I don't really have glue, you know? So it'll just have to be fine. It'll just have to be fine. What do I even tape this to? That's not gonna work for sure. Arnar. Uh-oh. Maybe if I tape the rest real good, it won't matter that that side's open, mayhaps? Hopefully? I bought this sketchbook so that I could do marker art more, but I kind of regret getting it already. It's not the best for paper engineering, and that was one of my goals for the sketchbook, so that's a little unfortunate. Maybe that'll be fine? Hopefully that'll be fine. If I tape the rest of the sides, I'm hoping that it'll be okay. I'm gonna have to use a lot of tape, and I don't even know if this will work, but we shall see. Is that working? Yeah, that's working alright. So let's just keep taping. Here we go. And if you have like a ring-bound sketchbook, this would be a lot easier for you. I did this in a ring-bound sketchbook and it was so much easier. But I did this to myself. I have no one else to blame. So that's just what I'm gonna have to live with. I'm just gonna have to live with the consequences of my actions. You know how it is. Now the back is not the prettiest, but I'll probably cover it up with something. And the front is not the prettiest, but this is fine. It's fine. I am now realizing that I probably should have drawn on this before I taped everything in. Don't be like me. That was really stupid. I cannot believe I did that. So this is gonna be a lot harder to do. God, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Let me see if I can figure something out here. Maybe I can use this sketchbook so I can write on it. It's not gonna be perfect, but you know, should have thought of that before I freaking glued it in. Space shooter goes dooter dooter dooter. This is what I'll say. There we go. Yeah, this is, you know, sometimes you make art and you have a big concept in your head, and you really want to see it through, and you want it to look exactly how it looks in your head. And sometimes that's just not going to happen. Sometimes it's going to look rougher than you want it to. It's going to look messy, and it's not going to be exactly what you envision in your head, which is what happened here. But I do not regret doing this, and I don't regret trying. That's the most important thing. You need to try. You need to try, you need to try, you need to try. And if you fail, you need to try again. And if you keep failing, you need to keep trying, because you will never get better and you will never experience things if you do not try things. So while this is upsetting to me, and while I do want to cry a little bit, I'm not going to, because I know this was a learning experience and I'll do much better next time. But saying that, I need to draw a little picture on here. So let's see if I can do that real quick. I'm gonna have to draw on this thing because otherwise it won't be flat, because my dump press taped it in before I could. So let me see if this is possible even. So I want to draw my OC Guy with my OC Leto, and I'm gonna try to draw really lightly and see if that works out. My characters are like in a relationship, but not like a normal one. I think that they're both asexual. I'm pretty sure that they're both asexual, but that doesn't mean they're aromantic. They're in a queer platonic relationship, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a relationship where you are both queer and you both platonically love each other to the point where you can kiss and hug and cuddle and stuff, but not like anything else. I really like that concept. I think that's really cute. This head needs to go down because Guy is actually taller than Leto, and that looks like she's taller than him. So let me fix that real quick. So as you can see, Guy is a mushroom. He is very cool. He's one of the red and white ones. I don't know if I'm gonna color this. I probably will not. But he is one of the black and white ones. And he shows expressions through these little frills here. So here he's smiling, but he can also like feel other emotions and frown and stuff, which I really like. That's more like it. That's more Leto's head shape. So they are actually characters in a story that I wish I could write. I guess I could, but also, not gonna do that probably. I wrote down some lore that I have figured out in my brain, but I don't think I'll ever be able to write it out properly, simply because I have problems. That's the reason I have problems. So I decided to make it look like he's holding her to him, and I think that's really cute. He's like protective. They're both very protective over each other for obvious reasons because they're in love. So I decided to have him place his hand on her shoulder. And you might be thinking, that looks like a messed up hand. It's because he has stems for hands, kind of like flowy stem mushroom type deal. So this is actually supposed to look like that. I'm not just lazy, I promise. It looks like he's an adult and she's a child. I didn't really mean for that to happen, but I guess that's happening. I love my character so much. Leto is my favorite OC, don't tell Guy. But she is my favorite OC ever. She was one of my very first OCs that I ever made in middle school, and since then I've fleshed her out like a lot. I know her character a lot more. She has gone through a lot. Her parents are both dead due to a magical incident, so she has a huge vendetta against magic, which made Guy and her relationship very strained in the beginning. She did not like him at all. She was afraid of him because of magic. She had a lot of baggage, but over the course of the story, Guy teaches her to love herself again because she has magical powers that she hasn't used in years. So they help each other. She helps him become a better person as well, but mainly it's him making her a better person. And I really like that. I love the relationship so much. It makes me really happy. And I have friends who really like her as well. I have a lot of people who have drawn her and Guy. I am in a Discord where people can do free art for you and you can do free art for them, and it's a really cute, fun community. You can also do art trades. I really like that community, and people drew Guy and Leto. I'm not really sure what art is from Art Fight and what art is not from Art Fight, but if I remember, I'm gonna add like a couple little pictures now. Look at them. Wow. Look how pretty it is though. I'm so happy with the art I got. And I did some really cute art too on Artfight if you guys wanna go on Artfight and check out my Artfight. That'd be super chill of you. But let's add her twin puffs because she's looking a little silly right now. There we go, that's better. Now she's looking more like herself. Now let me see if I can do this face without messing it up too much. Let me see if I can do this without getting in the camera too. Gave her a little silly Steven Universe mouth. I think it turned out really cute. Let me see if I can show y'all. Ta-da! I love them to death. What is missing from this picture? Something is missing from this picture. Oh, guy's little white parts. I gotta add his little squiggles everywhere, of course. I'm not sure what they're called. The like weird texture white spots on mushrooms. I'm not really sure what they're called, but I love them so much. They give the art such like a cute little detail. Like, look at that, that's so much cuter. I love that. There we go. Now it's done. So this is how it turned out, and it is in fact functional. You can put it up and down so you can store it so it doesn't like get messed up in your sketchbook. And yeah, I think it turned out super cute. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry this isn't like a fully rendered thing because I was gonna color this. I was actually planning on coloring this, but my stupid self taped it in too soon, so this is just what we're dealing with. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this video. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all join me in my next sketchbook spread. Bye!